great day today. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday morning to you. I hope that your day is going well. My day is going great. Got the kids last night after they went to a conference with church for a couple days and had a really good time, but it was a late night last night. I think I went to sleep at 2:40 in the morning last night by the time I got home, so a little late, a little rough. I was like, ooh, I'm like waking up. I just shut my alarm off. I knew I was going to wake up at 5:30, but I woke up this morning to Maxine licking my leg, and I was like, no. She's like, let's go for a walk. And we did not make a walk. We did not make a walk today. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, this morning's going to be a coffee kind of morning, and we just got to get up. I should have saved the thrifting for today and then did all my food the last couple days, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm glad my kids went. They had a really good time, and I can't wait I didn't get to talk to them. They were pretty tired last night. They talked and shared little tidbits here and there, but they left, I think, the day before we left at what time? 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning, and they were home by 2 yesterday. So it was 2 in the morning. So it was a long day for them, but great time. Always good time to do those things for teens. Teens hanging out with other teens, loving Jesus. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm thankful. So that means I'm home today. Just have to run Autumn to work, but I'm home and I'm going to make some fun foods today. Fun foods, healthier treats today. So I thought I've got a list. I had a list for the week that I was going to make, and I'm like, we don't have any like treats, thus the donuts we bought yesterday, which, it's one of those things you buy it, you crave the sugar, you're in the store and you're like, okay, if it's on clearance, I'll buy it. So you buy it and then you eat it, and then it tastes delicious, tasted amazing, but you just feel yucky. You feel yucky. And by last night I was like, ugh, that didn't even taste good. And this morning I woke up and I'm like a little headachy, and I was like, wow, I was like, Lord, I get it. Okay. I should not have looked around for the donuts at the store. I should not have had what I had. And I'm like, I see the effects on how I feel today. I see the effects on how I feel. I could have had something else, much less, and been just fine. So it's one of those learning times. You know how it is when you're going through weight loss, menopause, and perimenopause, all those things, ladies, and you're like, or even your times of the month, and you get those cravings and you have it, and then you always feel yuck and 10 times worse after you have it, and you're like, I already know how good I feel when I stay on track, so why don't I just stay on track? It's one of those mental mind games. So I had that moment this morning. I was like, all right, I know, a little detox today, a little bit of, I always have black coffee and water for a while today to cleanse my system of the Great Value fluffy donuts and sugar. It's not doing me any good. So, but we're going to make some good healthy food. So I'm going to make granola. The kids, you know what? I used to make it all the time. I have it in my cookbook. I'm like, used to make once a month to have on hand for an easy breakfast, and my kids liked it. And then the next group of kids, I call them next group because I had 4, and then we didn't have any kids for 5 years, and then we had 6 kids, like one after the other. And so the next group, that got busy. Life got busy. I didn't make as much stuff from scratch because I was a busy mom. And so we didn't have a lot of homemade granola. We would have it occasionally for like little things, and but not like just eating it, drinking it, or eating it with milk or whatever. And so I've made it, and it's been one of those things where they like it a lot lately. Even some will have it just with cereal, or like as with milk, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. So I thought, I have bananas, I've got frozen fruit. I thought, why don't I make a bunch of granola and yogurt too that they can just top their granola with, because they like doing those like acai bowls, things like that. They like that a lot, and I'm like, granola would be a good crunchy topping, something you could always have on hand if you didn't have fresh fruit. So I'm going to do a granola plain one, and then I'm going to do a chocolate one. I think I'm going to look at my chocolate granola in here and see. I think I've got everything. I have a lot of cocoa powder. Actually, yes, I do have. It's mostly cocoa powder. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to do a chocolate granola too. So I know they like the plain one, but I'm going to do both just to see if I'll make a smaller batch of it, see if they eat it. So, because I've got a lot of nuts, I've got a lot of flaxseed and chia powder and all that fun stuff to do. So we're going to do some of that. And then I've got all those dates I bought, the mejules, I say it, dates. And so I've been wanting to do bars that I haven't had in years. I know it's good for me. It's better for me than a donut from Great Value. And I really liked them. They used to be called Laura bars, and I don't even know if, I'm sure they're around, but I used to like them. It was basically, it tasted chocolatey and coconutty, and it was very delicious. And I'm like, it's sweet, it's naturally sweet, and it's good for you. So I'm gonna make some of those today, and probably do some muffins in there too, because I've got all my muffin material. And we'll see what else. I may make some junk foods, whoopie pies too, that's on the list, but we'll see how the day rolls. Gotta feed my kids today. I sure they'll sleep for a little while this morning. I don't anticipate anybody being up anytime soon. I'm the only one up, and I'm like, okay, I don't think anybody's gonna be awake, but if they get up, we got some food, and make them lunch, make them dinner. It's gonna be amazing. We've got our handy, trusty Bible verse for today. This is one of my favorites for one of my kids, Jeremiah 29:11. Do you guys know this one? For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. That's like a good staple verse to think about anytime, like when you're going through things, when you're questioning your things in life, your decisions, all those things. Know that the Lord has plans for you. It's plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Like, we always think God is out for not my good. Like, he's out to get me. I'm gonna do this. That condemning nature. Know that he's got good things for you, and he's got plans for a hope and a future. Like, for you to hope and think good things. Right? That's a beautiful thing. And once you get that in your mindset, it changes the way you look at everything. Your situation may never change, or may change. No, I'm not saying never. I don't say never, because God does a whole lot. Your situation can remain the same. Let's say that. Your situation can remain the same. Your, whatever that is in your life, whatever you're dealing with. But if you know these key verses and really get that in your heart, you can walk in it so much more peaceful. You really, really can. So it's good. It's going to be good. It's going to be a great thing. Great life, great things. So are you ready for a great day? All right, I'm going to go flip my laundry real quick. I want to show that because you've already seen me clean, and we're going to come back here and we're going to make some granola and get it in the oven. So are you ready? All right, let's go. All right, getting things out here. I was hanging out my clothes. You know what the outfit that I enjoyed wearing yesterday was my romper outfit. Loved the romper outfit. And Greg came home. He's like, honey, he's like, you're wearing shorts. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, I don't think you've ever seen me in shorts, except like way back in the beginning of our marriage. So it was comfy, but let me tell you the flaw of that outfit. The flaw for a person that has, and when she's out and about, has to go to the bathroom all the time, like, because your mama's, and it's like this, you have to unzip it from the top. So you're in the, the stall at the store, and you're trying to pull up, unzip, pull down, unzip. So that's the flaw in that one. I understand they make different ones, probably a little bit stretchier on top. That's what you would need. But great outfit. It was very comfy. It was funny because I put it on and I tell my friend, I'm like, ooh, I feel like such a heathen. And nothing bad for people that my kids wear shorts. But I'm like, I just have not worn shorts in like that kind of outfit in ever. But it's still loose there, still like a dress, but just different. It was just funny. And I'm just totally kidding about the heathen comment. It's just something that I enjoyed. So I enjoyed it very much. So I might look forward to getting more of those. You just never know. So, all right, we're going to make food here. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to do granola. Basically, you want dry ingredients and wet ingredients. Make sure you have enough wet to cover the dry. That's all you need. Put my pecans in the food processor and grind them up. That'll be good. Okay, let's do I had to do a little looking to see my ratio based on what I had. So into my mixing bowl right here, I'm going to do 5 cups of oats. All right, I'm just going to count 5. I'm going to do 1 cup of bran, half a cup of ground flax. And I've got chia seeds. We're going to do 4 of those, 4 tablespoons. And half a cup of sunflower seeds. Now, I did add protein powder in here. You can add protein powder, or you can add like vanilla milk powder. Non-fat milk powder to add a little bit of protein, or peanut butter powder. I'm just adding a little bit because I have it. So that's going to be great. Okay, so now usually I do my ingredients wet and I just mix them, but I'm going to put them in the stove and let them heat up. So I'm going to do half a cup of brown sugar, and then we're going to do honey and maple syrup. So I'm going to do 1/3 cup, or actually let's do this. Where's the oil? We got to do 2/3 cup of oil here. Let's do this one first. And it's 1/3 cup of honey and 1/3 cup of maple syrup. so we're gonna heat this on the stove over here just so it's all nice and melted. And then I'm gonna take an egg white. I kind of Googled it and they said one way to make it extra crispy and extra clumps is by whisking in an egg white to it. I've never done that before. The internet's got a lot of good ideas. So we're gonna take an egg, just doing the same cup here. It's just to make frothy. So we'll let this come to a boil over here and melt up. It's almost done. And then I'll pour it on top of this and put a little salt in it too. Easy. Thank goodness for the internet. Now see, what I would do normally is I would look at it and I just kind of throw things together, and that if I was a little dry, I'd be like, just add some more sugar to it. Well, what'll happen is that sugar, if you don't have a good sugar to oil ratio, it will burn. And so we've had many burned things. I'm adding vanilla here and salt. And so the internet, you can literally put your whole entire recipe on there, on your Google bar, and it will tell you, oh, you need more dry, or oh, you need more wet ingredients, which is a very nice thing for someone that's not, like, doesn't know all the scientific stuff behind it. So, okay, so then we're gonna add the egg white in here. Can you see all that? Can you see all this? And we're gonna add this all together. All right, let's pour this over top. I'm gonna bake this in the oven at 300 degrees, and then I'll check it like every 15-20 minutes. I don't wanna mix it. I'm gonna leave it in the pan and let it cook. When it starts getting a little bit brown, I'll take it out and let it cool completely, and then break it apart, and it'll be nice crunchy granola. All right, next one we're gonna do a chocolate granola. So this one is very good. You want some chocolate yum? Do this one. So I'm gonna mix in here 4.5 cups. A cup of coconut. And then we're gonna do ground flax. I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of ground flax. And we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of chia. And I gotta grind up 1 cup of pecans. And we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. There we go. Now for your wet ingredients, it's going to be similar thing. 1/3 cup of coconut oil. Don't want to waste any of that. And then I'm going to need 2/3 maple syrup and 3 tablespoons of honey. Honey will make it a little bit crunchier. Okay, then add this in. Okay, something else I'm gonna do is the egg white. Did I put that in the same container? I think I did, didn't I? Okay, I'm gonna do another egg white on this one. I've never done the egg white thing. We're gonna see if it's, I mean, it can't go bad, so I got 2 eggs here. Very yummy. Whisk your egg white. Okay, so I'm gonna add some vanilla in here, mix this up. And then add our egg white. Okay, let's add this all together. And this you put in the oven. I'll bake it the same way. And then when it comes out, before it cools, put some chocolate chips on it, mini chocolate chips, like a 1/4 cup, and let it cool. It'd be very good. So I gotta switch my racks around a little bit. Okay, next one I'm gonna do my copycat Lara bars. I had to look them up on my blog. I lost a lot of information on my blog. I had a blog crash. I guess all the information I had when I first started in 2016 has definitely disappeared. I'm like, but I've kind of switched over because I don't really do a lot on there. I just offer my school books for free so people can homeschool, and my curriculum, stuff like that. And so I took off recipes, things like that, because it's not something to keep up on. I don't like add new photos to it. I just mostly do my YouTube channel here. I always just do my YouTube channel here. So what I'm doing is I had to like search on there. I could search for it, but I was like, ooh, that's kind of rough. So this is one I don't even know. They're delicious. Lara bars, they're called. And what my recipe is 2 cups of soft medjool dates. These things, is that how you say it? Dates. right here. But mine were in the refrigerator. I had them in the freezer, so I'm gonna soak them for just a few minutes. Oh, there's a pit right there. They're not supposed to have pits in them. I gotta check that. Make sure of that, because the pits, you'll bite into it and you'll crack a tooth just because they're super hard. So I'm gonna add, it all goes in the food processor. It makes a sticky dough. It's delicious. It's so, so good. So I'm gonna add in here a cup of almonds and a cup of walnuts. Almonds first, grind those up a little bit more, and then the walnuts, and then I'm gonna add 3/4 cup of coconut, and then a little bit of salt, let it mix up, and a little bit of vanilla, and then I'm gonna add in my, and cocoa powder. Yeah, cocoa. 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I was like, where's that at? Cocoa powder, so then it's chocolatey. It's very good. And then you add your dates in and let it grind up. Be a nice sticky bar. You can make it into balls. I might do it into balls, actually. I used to do bars and make them flat, and then you just grab a bar. What's easier? Let's do life easier here. You know what? Let me put it on a parchment paper. I'll put a little bit of coconut in the bottom. Put the mixture on top, push it down, sprinkle coconut on top. I think that's, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so food processor, very yummy and simple. That's so loud. Walnuts. Okay, I'm gonna add in 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. I'm excited, this is much better than a donut, people. Nothing wrong with a donut once in a while, but when you're feeling you don't need a donut, this is a good mixture. So 3/4 cup, yeah. Cheaper to buy this on Sam's Club website. Don't want to waste any. Than getting it at Walmart. You can get a big bag. I'm sure it's cheaper at Costco too, but hold on, I just need a big spill. Don't waste the expensive coconut. Keep measuring. I feel like I should have done a little bit more. Okay, let's mix that in there. Is that it? The dates, I'll take it in a minute. Almonds, walnut, coconut, cotton salt. Let me do a pinch of salt. Okay, that's good. Now I'm just taking my dates. I'm taking them out of the water. They just have to be soft. I'm making sure there's no pit. There should not be any pits in here because it says pitted, but I see this little piece right here that like a remains of one. You just want to make sure. I have done that before where it's like, ooh, there's a pit in there. They're right in the middle. They're hard. You just kind of squeeze them. You can feel it. Get out your water. And it's okay if it's a little bit wet in here. I can just add some more dry ingredients too to absorb it. Okay, good. Okay, and then just put these in here and let these grind up. Okay, I added 2 more tablespoons of cocoa because I wanted it more chocolatey. This is good. Get you out of that mindset of sugar. So let me see. Can I do my little cookie sheet? Let's see. It's literally, it's just a bar. You can take it out and squeeze it. You can make little balls out of it too. The dates are what make it sweet. It's good because you get the good dates, you get the coconut, and you also get the crunchy nuts like the walnuts and that. So I think, I think I can put, let's do this. Let's do something because I'm going to cut them up into bars. Let's go with this. On the bottom. These two are, and then let's take our mixture and we will kind of sprinkle it on here. Okay, that's gonna be perfect. And then just kind of press it down. I'm sitting here, I'm like, why? How can I get this not to stick? Use your parchment paper, Amy. Probably that and a rolling pin. Just thinking how I mean, obviously I didn't do them for a video back in the day. I would have made them and not really care what they look like. But this will be great. Yeah, these were so good. Just roll it out on parchment paper roll out. Let's go like this. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sprinkle it with coconut because I like coconut. Look at that. Perfect. I'm gonna let that sit. Okay, look at that. Let's see if there are even chocolate Lara bars even a thing anymore. Oh, they do. Yeah, Thrive Market sells them. Is there not even a picture of a Lara bar anywhere? There's no picture. That's so weird. Okay, well, yeah, and you can make them into balls. I'm looking at anything else. Okay, so anyways, it looks like this. This is great. So what you can do is you can freeze these if you want. I'll let them sit for a little bit and I'll cut them up. Maybe I'll wrap them up. I might wrap them up in parchment paper. That's what I've got. And then either keep them in the refrigerator, freezer. They'll last forever. It's not going to go bad. So these are very good. So this is coconut and nuts. That's one I like. I guess I've never made it any other way. I have cranberries. That'd probably be really good too. Do I do one? You know what? No, I'm gonna make something else. Okay, something else I wanted to do. I saw where, because I've got a lot of dates, where they take the dates and they smash them down and they put the peanut butter on it and melted chocolate, right? And make like a Snickers. So let me Google that, because I saw that and they said it tastes just like a Snicker. Does it taste like a Snicker? Let me see if I can find a recipe and we'll do one. Okay, so this is, again, this would just be a sugar-free treat, which is good. I'm gonna put mine in a, I guess I could do it. I'm gonna put warm water in here and just kind of let it sit for a minute. Okay, let that sit for just a minute. Let me wash some dishes. All right, dish is done. So I'm gonna stir that out. It might be good to grind them up. You're basically gonna cut them in half. Line the baking sheet with parchment paper, spread the pitted dates open and lay them side by side so they form a cluster. So basically, like this. And you're gonna smash them. So let me do this real quick. Now these I've seen where you just open them up, you put your peanut butter in it and do chocolate on top. You can do it either way. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do the bark. And so, yeah, so what they do is they put peanut butter. How much peanut butter? Peanut butter, you can do anything. Now I'm gathering fragments, so I'm using crunchy peanut butter because I have a ton of it from the discount store. Not a ton, but I have some. And I'm gonna, do I microwave that for a minute? Well, I'm gonna show you. Quarter cup of peanut butter. Okay, so I'm gonna take my peanut butter and stir it, put it in the microwave for just a minute, and I'm gonna pour it on there. See if I got some peanuts. I'm gonna look and see, and then sprinkle those on. And then they use chocolate chips. Okay, I would do chocolate chips too, but you know what I have a lot of? That chocolate dipping stuff. I know, I gotta use it. I bought it at Christmas, and it's one of those things never to use. I think it's like the disc. So I'm gonna use that, I know. And with coconut oil, and sprinkle with salt. It'd be good. It's good. We gotta use it up. Let me get my stuff. Let me grab this out. Okay, I got my crunchy peanut butter out. 30 seconds in the microwave. I'm gonna do the chocolate. I know it's the melt. It's this. I know it's just garbage, but let's see real fast. Hold on there. Let's see if it's really garbage. All right, let's see, because this I would use dark chocolate chips. Chocolate, liquid sugar, liquor-y sugar, cocoa butter, milk fat, soy lecithin, vanilla extract. Okay. What's the ingredients on this one? Sugar, palm kernel oil, cocoa powder, soy lecithin. Okay, it's the exact same thing. Sugar is number one ingredient. Chocolate liqueur, which is sugar, cocoa powder. Sugar is the number one ingredient. No difference. Are these cheaper? I don't know. I'm gonna go stir my stuff. I'm debating, I'm like, do I do a smaller container here? Because there's a lot of empty space. That's okay, right? It's good. You have some little chocolate pieces. Good. Okay, so melt your chocolate. So yeah, this is no different than the other one. I don't feel bad about this at all. Let me add a little bit of this stuff. Coconut oil just to make it a little bit runnier. You know, when you're questioning everything right now, I'm like, do I take and make this smaller? It'll be fine, right? Let me at least smush to one side. So right here, this one's kind of open. I'm gonna take its crunchy peanut butter. So this is actually really good. I'm just kind of plop it on top, I hope. Kind of go on top as best I can. If I need to do more, I will, because I have a lot of peanut butter. And it's got the nuts in it, so they recommend putting chopped peanuts on it, but we've got crunchy, so we've already got some in there. Just dream it over there. Let's spread this out a little bit, mostly on top. Okay, that turned out, I wasn't sure. I was like, what is it gonna do? So that's actually not bad. So I'll let that harden, put in the refrigerator, I'll leave it out for a little bit. And then you've got, and again, you can use a real chocolate. Those are expensive, right? Those are expensive, right? Like the real chocolate chips, but the chocolate, dark chocolate morsels, looks like the same ingredients from the dark chocolate flavored melting wafer. I don't feel bad then. That's good. All right, another thing done. All right, so I think I've got the healthy treats out. I was gonna make some muffins, but I'm like, you know what? That's gonna be, there's not that many people. So Oh, don't make the muffins, Amy. Just wait till next time and that'll be fine. So now I'm gonna make something I haven't made in a while, and these are Amish whoopie pies. We've been making these for years and years and years. I used to do a huge batch. I just had to figure out what half the batch was because I don't want to make a whole batch because we'll have them forever. But they're very good. We do the traditional chocolate on the outside, the white filling. Just something we enjoy, but it's basically mix. You bake it like a cookie. I gotta turn my oven on. And then they're delicious. This uses shortening. I know people aren't gonna like that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm doing a small version. So I'm doing 3/4 cup of shortening. I'm doing 1.5 cups of sugar, about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and then 1.5 eggs, which is a weird number, but I've got my 2 yolks. I'm just gonna use that. Mix that up in there. And then right here, I've mixed up hot water, 3/4 cup and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And then you make a boiled milk one, a sour milk one, and that's 3/4 cup of milk, where's that at, and 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar. And it gets separated and makes it sour. It's a good way to do it. And then my dry ingredients are gonna be 3¼ cup of flour and 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Mix that together. Mix the first one, and then I'll slowly add everything in there till it's all nice and creamed, and we'll have nice little whoopie pies. So let's mix this up. Base on first. There we go. Okay. Mix up my flour ingredients here. Put that away, but I realized I need it. Okay, so then I'm just going to alternately add some in here. Okay, I've been cleaning up. I'm like, okay, let me get my stuff all set here. So I'm gonna start. I made one batch just to make sure it all turns out good. I use the shortening here, but for my icing, I'm gonna do butter. I have a lot of butter, but I just know how it tastes with that, so I wanted to keep it all good. So here, I'm just gonna make little round blobs. I'll actually wait to make the next one because this one's warm. So this is good. They turn out like, think of like the old-fashioned, remember the soft cookies from, I don't know, my mom never made, well, I can't say she never did. She rarely made homemade cookies, but she would buy the soft bake ones, so that's what this is. Basically make a sandwich. So these are over here. Next batch in, I'm only doing one at a time. That's how I like to do in my oven. Okay, we're doing really good. The icing, can I mix that? Yeah, I think it'll be cold, but over here I'm doing a cup of butter and a cup of sugar and vanilla. So let's mix that up here. So you let that mix, and then what I did on my stove is I took a cup of milk and 3 tablespoons of flour and cooked it right here. And then I'll add that to this, whip it up, and then I'm gonna add in 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. It's very simple. It's like a boiled icing. So that is delicious. Okay, so then that's all my treats for today. So you got the sugar aspect, but you also have the healthy aspect. I'm excited to try them. I'm sitting here staring at them. And then what I'm gonna do for breakfast, it's noon. The kids are gonna come down whenever they wake up. I have to assume if you go to sleep at 3 o'clock, you're not gonna wake up until after lunchtime. So I'm thinking, I have a bunch of fruit, like bananas and berries and stuff. I'm gonna put it in my food processor and grind it up, almost make like a sorbet. It was like, basically it was leftover sorbet and some random frozen fruits. Blend it up like a smoothie, and then put that down, and they can do the granola on top and do like a smoothie bowl. They can put extra stuff on it if they want. And then for lunch, I'm gonna do tomato soup and grilled cheese because I've got my homemade bread over there. So I'm gonna make a bunch of those sandwiches, just 1 loaf, so then they can have that for lunch whenever they're ready with tomato soup. And that'll be good. That'll be a good lunch. And then I'm not even sure what we're gonna do for dinner. I'm gonna have to look and see what we're gonna do for dinner. I think I'm gonna look and see chili stuff, but I'm not sure. We'll see how the day rolls, but for now, it's good. Okay, I put my stuff in the freezer so it would hurry up and get done. So let me add this to it, and we'll whip it up. Nice and solid. So crispy, super crispy. Egg white, I think, is the, look at, like it's nice. It's still kind of warm. I'm gonna let it sit, but can I pull off a piece? Can I pull off a corner? I mean, that one's so warm. That's very good. That's so good. And chocolate, look at. Who doesn't love chocolate granola? Very good. So super happy how those turned out. This I took out of the refrigerator. It's basically gonna be like a bar of chocolate. That's, oh, battery died. Here, there. Let's see how they taste. I wanted to shoot for a minute. That's very good. Okay, so what would I do different? I would add more nuts to it. I like the crunchy in there. I would just add more. Okay, so they said it tastes like a Snickers. Does it taste like a Snickers? It's got the same flavors. Obviously, Snickers is a little bit more crisp, not crispy, but you know, crunchy. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more crunchy. Like I can taste a little bit of the texture on the dates, but my dates were also in the refrigerator frozen. So a fresh one probably a little bit more smush, which would probably be a little better. Not terrible though. That's actually very good. For like a healthier, yummier like treat, that's really good. I know the other stuff's really good. I didn't even cut those up, but I know those are good because I've had those before. They taste delicious, so all good things. Okay, I'm gonna add my powdered sugar in here. That tastes way better with the butter in there for sure versus the shortening. Very good. So I have to let everything cool and then we'll make the sandwiches. Okay, feeling really good about things. I've got my towels. I had some laundry I washed, and so I've got my towels over there folded. That's all I did. The house is cleaned up, which is very nice. It's just staying clean. So I'm just gonna wait in this batch, put the next one in, and then I probably will start on grilled cheese and tomato soup because I'm assuming maybe they'll want that. We'll see we'll see. No one's awake yet. I haven't even heard anybody tiptoe anywhere, so I know they're tired. And there's not even any sound machines on. Okay, so I'm like, Autumn came down, she got up, she's like, wow, she goes, I don't think last year I woke up until 3 in the afternoon. So I'll start waking them up about 1, so they get their rest. But she had some granolas, very good, and she had the Snickers bar. She said it was very good. She goes, yeah, she goes, you can kind of taste she's like kind of like cranberry texture. That's kind of what it is. But again, if you would smush them down more, it probably would not. So I'm gonna make my whoopie pies. I put this in the refrigerator because it was looking a little separated because of the butter, but you literally just put stuff in there and put a backing on. There you go. There is a whoopie pie. I'm gonna wrap them here as best I can. I think that'll be good. And then debating what I might do with my freezer. Let me get like a container here. I might really use these because we don't have as much stuff in the freezer. So I can just put them in here versus like a bag. Bags are good, but I don't really have to do that anymore. Maxine's like, let me back in, Mommy. Let Maxine in, she woke up. She's like, back to sleep over there. Those kids are all snoozing. I promised you like some kid time. She's like, yeah, they're all in bed. So let me just make these. All right, what I like to do is I need to make sure that I have enough. I like to I'm one to use up all my stuff. So I will flip over and make sure that I fill up the sandwiches because I could just guess and then I just got to throw stuff away. I don't like to do that. So take and flip over 2. And then I know, let's see, if I flip over 2 and leave 2. Then I kind of know what I have for way. Nothing goes to waste. I don't think we do. Perfect. Okay, let me fill these up here. This is much better. Usually I have a ton of stuff left over, so this is good. Now when you buy these I've never bought one because I just know what they taste like. At farmers markets, they're just full of filling. So I don't like to do that much filling. And if you want to know what the flavor, actually that's a little bit more right there. The taste would remind me of, anybody else remember Suzy Q's? Like when I was growing up, we had Suzy Q's. You ever Hostess things? That's what these remind me of. They're very good. So I don't like them warm. I have some kids that do like them warm, but I like them in the freezer. And then it's almost like you're eating like an ice cream treat. I know you're not, obviously. But similar flavor. So all good things. This is great. Normally I have a ton. Cutting the recipe in half was definitely a good thing to do. So we don't have too much. Okay, I'm gonna put this one in the freezer. It's a whole one. And then I'll put one in the refrigerator. I'll see which one the kids like. Because I think some like it cold, but not everybody. So we'll see, but look at how great. I don't know the status of my kids. They're still sleeping, and that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, like today's going to be one of those days, everybody's not going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know how it's going to go. So what I'm going to do is make some grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah, out of the bread I have here. and wrap it up. If anybody eats it, they eat it. And I was gonna do tomato soup, but I'm not going to because I have potato soup and I still have some bean soup. So Greg said he'd have a grilled cheese with a ham lunch meat and bean soup. And I'm like, winner, definitely a good thing. I gotta use some of this lettuce stuff. I had to, remember I'm questioning my life and the lettuce. Aaron asked me if it was the slicing, like the kind you can cut off the top, and it said yes. So it needs to get the big stuff out of there so the other stuff can keep growing. 2 different things online. They said you can pull the outer leaves off and leave the middle one. Some said just cut down and let it keep growing, but I need to get the other stuff out of there too. So I'm thinking I'll do like a taco salad because I'll chop all that up, do a tomato, and I've got a little bit of taco meat and beans. I will gladly eat that tonight. And they'll have tomato or grilled cheese and bean soup, and then I'll make like the smoothie bowls. I think that'll be good. If they're still starving, we can make something else, but I feel like I don't want to make too much because it's just a waste. So simple and easy. I'm gonna make it work. I'm laughing. I'm like, if you had one of those nice bread slicers that slice perfectly, I don't mind. It really does not bother me. It's good for aesthetic. People like it perfectly. I don't mind whatsoever. I think looking up, they're called Pullman pans, and so they're not very much. I saw one and it had like a coupon, and it was literally, I think it's $12. So I think it's in my cart. I'm gonna look and see. I have to get some things for the kids. Here, I just had to wait to the new month of the budget, and so I'm thinking I'll probably get one just to make more uniform bread pieces here. Okay, so we got 3, 4, 5. How many do I got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sandwiches. And then we're gonna go like this and make one. Yeah, I can actually make a tiny one right here. That's good. I've got margarine sticks. It does great for grilled cheese, I know. And then put cheese on it, and we'll just make a bunch of grilled cheese. Very simple. Okay, I'm going back and forth on my kids. There's 2 for Greg, 2 for Jensen, 2 for Maddie, 2 for Steven. Autumn's not gonna be here, so so I'm gonna do my diet cheese here. If you've got more, like do more filling, and then it's a little bit better sandwich, but if you don't, do less. They just eat more, I think. Ooh, actually gather your fragment, people. What I'm gonna do, I was gonna open that whole package of ham, but we're not gonna eat it. If we open it, obviously it's gonna go bad quicker. So what I'm thinking, look what I got. I've got 2 pieces of bacon, and basically, look at this. On there, this is the ham that I chopped up from the rest of the lunch meat. Let's break that apart. We're gonna use this for pizza topping. It's lunch meat. I'm gonna put that in there with the bacon. I bet you this will be a delicious sandwich. Okay, look at that. It's the same thing. It's just all chopped up. It'll be a really good grilled cheese. Okay, what I'll do is put a piece of the cheese on the bottom and a piece of the cheese on top. Look at that. That is called using up what you have, making something good. Let me just get another piece. It's hard to take the cheese out. All right, I'm thinking that's gonna be good. I'm gonna say for a man. I'm just gonna want a little more sustenance. Look at that. Okay, good. Oh, look at that. I'm liking that. Then I didn't open up the ham. I still have a whole thing of ham. I used up 2 pieces of bacon in the refrigerator, which is such a weird thing to have, and a little bit of ham. Does it make you feel good to come up with stuff that's, you don't have to like waste things? Okay, I've got these little sandwiches here. I'm gonna put my granola in here. Make sure I got the right lid. So let's see. Delicious. We'll have granola, homemade stuff for a long time. It'd be great to get my kids to switch over from liking, like they still like Cheerios, they still like that kind of stuff, to using the granola. So maybe that'll be a good change. Okay, yeah, this is good. It's still like a little clumped. It's got a little bit more of this one. I could have just added more granola, had that, but I think it's gonna be delicious. Okay, I'm gonna wash up. Okay, I'm debating how to store these. I think I'll cut them 3s, 3rds. Yeah, let's do 3rds. Let's see, let me get my paper. Okay, that may not be for everybody how I'm gonna do it, but that's okay. I'm like, it's good. I'm gonna leave these little bars out because I know everybody's gonna try them. I want them to try them, see if they like them.
That's good. The crunch, and that's really good for that. So I'm gonna leave these up. So I'm gonna each try a little piece. That's good. Let me do the remaining 4 sandwiches, or see what we got here. I got busy there, didn't film anything. So what I did, okay, so I've got my grilled cheese done. There's extra sandwiches. That's a good thing. And then I started getting out the soup. So we have potato soup here, and we've got bean soup right here. So if they want to try bean soup, that's good. This is almost pretty much warm. So this is good here. This is the ham. I added more potatoes to it. Much better with potatoes. So that's good. Then what I did is I have 1 tortilla over here, and I took out, I've got, I'm gonna do a taco salad for me tonight. So I had a container full of mixed chili beans, hamburger, is that it? And I had a little bit of corn left that we never ate the other day. So I put that on a plate. I'm gonna heat up the chili beans, a little bit of hamburger, corn. That's gonna be my base for my salad. I'll put a little bit of cheese on it, and then I'm gonna cut my lettuce, put that in a bowl with tomato. And I think that'll be delicious. And so then I have a little bit of refried beans I saw in there. So I had 1 tortilla. So I took a tortilla, I put refried beans. I had a little bit of queso. I put that in there, and I had a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese. So I'm using up what I have. I'm like, that's a good thing. And then I've got this right here. Oh, that's actually soft. Okay, I was gonna use that for my salad. Maybe that's weird, they got real soft with the tortilla. You know what you do? Look at it. You can do like this. Literally flatten them out. All right, ever just overfill something? I'm gonna take some of this out and put it on here since he's flattened. Right there. Now that is a true gather frame. That's using up tortillas that probably would go in the trash. The little bit of refried beans. Someone will munch and eat it. This is all good. Look at that, and then we got just something to eat that up delicious. And look at those, like totally, that was perfect, that they got soft. Fry them, they'll get hard again. I feel like I got a mess going on everywhere today, so I'm gonna cut these out and use this up. I think it's gonna be one of those, you have to give it space so it can keep growing. So if I keep leaving these out here, it's gonna have no room for my next ones. So I think I need to plan it better where, how it can grow, because I don't want to use all of the lettuce up, obviously. It looks like I'm going to have to. So live and learn. That's the key for all of this. It's like, I'm not really sure. So let's just chop it all up and see if that works better that way. And then let it keep growing back up. You know what I mean? It's fresh, it's good. Then it can kind of see everything. We can let it do its thing. So we'll see. And then I've got a nice bowl of lettuce right here. I've also got a little bit of store stuff. So I'm going to split this into 2 because I feel like this is a lot of lettuce, which is good. I like that you don't have to wash it. It is just good. So since it's not as like hard as this kind, I'll just split it between the 2. And then I'm gonna cut with a curved knife here. That was a roundabout way to make dinner. What I'll do with this, I'm gonna take that little paper plate and put it in the microwave. I like my meat part warm, so I'll put it in the microwave, let it cook for 30 seconds. When it comes out, it's warm. I put cheese on it, so it's sort of melty. I will dump that in my salad. I will take this chip right here. I'll put it just right on top, and I will break it and put it on top and get that crunch. I've got a little bit of avocado mixture in there. I'll put that on there, and that's it. I may put an onion, but probably not. And then I'll just kind of chop it up, salsa, anything. Could put a little sour cream and cut it up. That will be my dinner for the next 2 nights. That is gonna be easy. That's gathering up, using things so nothing is going to waste in my refrigerator. And that makes me feel very, very happy. I'm like, all right, feeling really good. It's good not to waste food and to use up what you have. It's always a beautiful thing. All right, I am done, feeling good. I've got everything cleaned up, soup heated, sandwiches heated. The only thing I did put away my blender because I'm like, I'll get that out later. They'll probably do lunch and then they'll probably have smoothie bowls later. All that's good. washed all the dishes, put them all away so they don't have to touch that. I took my bananas, broke them apart. Bananas are one of those things, maybe they'd eat them if they were all separated. Maybe not. I did put two back there. I want them to get real ripe so I can use them for stuff. And my sprouts are gone. Probably have to rinse these. I'll rinse these again. And then got the lettuce all cut down so it can get ready for its next batch here. So that will be really good. Hopefully it'll be good. And then kombucha here. I just added some frozen blueberries. So the regular ones just were not looking so like blue, and it just wasn't looking very good. Like I needed to add more to it. So I'm glad to do that. So I've got a little tray of snacks to try for the kids. The rest are in the refrigerator. Whoopie pies in there. We made healthy, low sugar food, right? Yes, we made the granola. You can totally cut back on the sugar on any of that and do less or do an alternative. And then also the date bars and the Laura bars. I'm very happy with that. And then whoopie pies are full-blown sugar. Yeah, not good. But variety and balance and things. So I am done for now. It is only almost going on 2. The kids are still in bed. I've not heard a child. So, but again, they didn't get home until 2:30. I'd probably unwind from all the excitement until about 3:30. So I understood all of that. But I'm going to edit today's video. I'm going to get outside and get a walk in, go swim for a little bit, enjoy my afternoon, and then it's good. And then have good taco salad for dinner tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the healthy treats. Make some. They're very good. If you want a healthy alternative, instead of having the Great Value donuts, which are so good, they make you feel awful the next day. Do the treats, because if the treats are there, there's no need to get something. That's what I found when you're going through perimenopause, weight loss time, or need to lose weight time, change in our life. If there's something to grab, it's so much easier. If there's not, and you think, oh, I'll just grab it later, it never happens. So you got to have the variety. You got to have the things you enjoy. Like if you enjoy sweet things, you got to have some sweet things. If you enjoy salty, you got to have some salty things. If you need, hearty, whatever you need, make sure you have it so that you're not tempted just to grab plastic cheese or donuts that are not good for you. You know what I mean? So, okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. Come back tomorrow. It'll be Gather Your Fragment Friday. I've already gathered on Thursday, so we'll definitely have to make some food tomorrow too. So I'm sure we'll be making meals. So you have a beautiful day. I'll see ya. All right, bye.